So what's good, y'all? It is your self-employed trader, for those that know me, Jalen Bertrand, and today I'm going to make a video from a request that somebody asked. How did I go from where I was at? So for instance, how did I go from a broke college student to a profitable trader? And if I had to redo things, how would they go? And pretty much some tips for people who want to become a full-time trader. First thing I'm going to get into is pretty much how I kind of started and where I came from. So I started when I was 19 years old in 2019. My friend showed me again what Forex was, but my cousin showed me years prior what it was. And he kind of showed it to me a little bit, but I didn't know anything about it. So I just remember seeing it on his phone, but I didn't know anything, so I didn't take it serious. Then like years later, friends ends up showing it to me and breaks it down like in depth. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is something that I can do. And kind of did it, stopped, didn't take it serious, because he graduated, so I didn't really put it upon myself to take my success for my own. Then, years later, COVID happens, and I'm like, all right, I'm watching YouTube videos, and my old friend, she's like, Jalen, let's redo this. We didn't take it serious. I know we can do it. And I'm like, nah, mind you, I'm still on YouTube losing money and everything. So I'm still in college, and I was like, you know what? Let me do it. I had the money to do it. And that's how I got introduced to it again. And I was like, if I do this, I'm not quitting, and I'm not going to let anybody else deter. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm putting in the work. And from then on, that's what I did. So I was with a company I am for maybe about a year and some change. And then as time went, I was just like, I don't need to keep paying for this, because this is a skill that I can learn. Like, I don't need to add people to a business to make money. I decided to go on my own and do it. And when I did that, that's when I got a 12-month course on something my friend sent me. And I heard the name plenty times, ICT. I know a lot of people have heard about it. And my friend, like prior though, months before I heard about him, he sent him a large course. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me check this out. Check it out, taking all these notes, filling notebooks out, and everything. So mind you, I'm still in college, so I have school, simple things. I'm still trading kind of live money. Didn't know much about prop firms, but I'm putting in time and time and time. And then I end up finding out he has a YouTube channel forever later. Then as time goes, I have a strategy now. I know what I'm looking for, and I started to trade. I was like, you know what? All right, if I'm doing this live and I'm flipping accounts, my friend was like, hey, Jalen, did you check out prop firms, so on and so forth, if you do this, this, and that? And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm just brushing it off. I'm not taking it that serious. Then I decided to actually, I'm lying. I didn't take it serious. He had to come to me a couple times, and it was just one specific time he was like, Jalen, did you check it out? And I was like, nah. He pretty much broke down to me why prop firms were important, how much money you can make from them, how it's good for risk structure, just breaking down prop firms for me. He showed me a trade. It was a 1 to 10 trade that I took. And he was like, Jalen, if you were to take this on a 100K prop firm account, you would have made, I think it was like 10,000 or 16,000. And I said, wow. And I was like, all right, you know what? Let me take this serious. But it took him breaking it down for me in a very simple way that it would make sense to me. From then on, so this is when I graduated. So I just graduated college from FAMU, a business degree. So that's kind of what I was doing. But I knew I wasn't going to necessarily use my degree for the corporate world like they were teaching us. So as the time went, then I was like, all right, let me take this prop firm stuff serious. So I broke down my strategy to the basis of what it would be. If I trade at the same time, if I were to take every single setup that I seen throughout a week period, what would my wins and losses, what would it have been? And I see that I would have made 14%. This is after I found the strategy, I back tested for a whole day, for a week worth of knowledge. And when I tell you I seen that I could have made 14%, that next day I bought the 50K challenge. And that's how that started. It literally, how I went from trading live money, $100 accounts, $200 accounts, $50 accounts, to then funded accounts. About the 50, and I literally stuck with the same process. I had my same times I traded every day, continued to do that over and over and over. And as I did that, that's how I got funded the 50K at first. Then I went to the 100K, then I went to 200K, and then I went to 400K. And as just time went throughout that, I was using the payout from the payouts I got prior I used those payouts to pay for the next challenge. So it was literally just a funnel. And for me, I've never had a 9 to 5. Done other things, or I'm an entrepreneur. I sold sneakers in high school, traded, pretty much was able to do that. But back then, I was doing DoorDash. I was just doing anything in my power to make sure that I was able to trade and able to do that. So when I graduated, I was like, all right, I gotta take the money that I have and I gotta make this work. Trading was always my plan A and my plan B. There was no plan C or anything else. That's what I wanted. Did all my family support? No. But did all of them not support me? Yeah, I had family that supported. That were like, all right, Jalen, I see you. But I had to put me first. I had to make sure that I was staying in my head, okay, focusing, practicing, back testing, understanding that. So that's what took me from being in college. And then when I graduated and I'm like, dang, well, this is it. Now at this point, it's literally just me. Like, I gotta lock in. So that's what I did. I had videos of me laying on the floor, writing out my goals over and over, the same goal over and over and over. Had a picture of the house I want, the penthouse I wanted. I made sure that I did those things which transitioned me from being in school, learning how to be corporate, to continuing now that it's really on me, that I gotta dive into this head first. And then the rest is history. I ended up getting funded the 50K, 100, 200, 400, and I continued to do that. I did the same process that I teach, the same strategy that I teach. That was the strategy that I used from the jump. So I don't gatekeep. I'm not gatekeeping anything. The stuff that I make videos on, there's so many videos. I post so many because I want you to hear all different perspectives that I have in my mind. I want my mind to be on there, so when you get it, you're automatically getting the value in everything that I did to get to where I'm at. If I had to restart, I probably wouldn't even trade live capital. That's my thing, is if I had to start over again, I would be so focused on my strategy and risk management, making sure that it's tight, because as long as I have that tight, everything else will start to play out. But starting over, I would focus, and having a job is not bad. That's what so many people think, is they want to be a full-time trader. But in reality, when you have a job, you look at the market so differently. You're able to see the market much clearer because you're not stressing about, I need to make this money to go to the next level, or I need to make this money to pay for my bills. When you start trading like that, that's when the most problems come in, because now you're not looking at the market from abundance. You're looking at it from a lack. You start saying, oh, well, I need to make this, not I want to make this. Now you're making irrational decisions and you start moving different. So if you don't, or if you have a 9 to 5, it's 100% okay. You're going to be a lot less stressed. And then once you're trading and you start getting into those bigger accounts, those $50, $100, $200, $400,000 accounts, things will start to be smoother. And it's not hard to do it. All you have to do is the same thing that you did from a 50K account is the same thing from a 400K account. My first payout on a 50K account was 5%. It was about $2,500. Is that in a crazy amount? No. Can that change a lot of people's situations and what they have going on? Absolutely. So you don't want to chase the money amount. You want to chase the percentage. That's something else that when I started, I would have thought more of, is chase the percentage and not the money. If you chase the skill in the percentage, it's gonna pay off. Once you have the skill, it's gonna work out. And as long as you continue to do that and you push, it's gonna work out. But that's what I would do, is if I had to restart, I'd focus on prop firms mainly and focus on my skill, making sure my risk is very small and my reward is huge. And that way, even if I lose, I can lose more than I win and still be profitable, still get funded, still make money. I hope this was insightful. That's kind of honestly how I got started in trading, where I came from. Just like I said, I acted, so I always had an entrepreneurship type background and thought process. But when I graduated college, I really had to put that to the test, because I didn't want to work for somebody, which there's nothing wrong with it. I want y'all to remember, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but you want to make sure that you're using that job, that money that you're making from that job, and leveraging that into other avenues, other things that can put you in a position that can make you better. And that's why I created this, so that y'all can learn from me and understand not only just how to trade, but how to become better at business, better how to think, and just allow yourself to become the person that you want to be. So hopefully that was insightful, and I will catch y'all on the flip.